everybody? It's your boy Protest Sports from the Protest Sports Network. Back with another video for you guys today, man. Hope you guys have a blessed one. Staying safe, staying healthy, man. If I got to all go to God, one God, we're talking to you right now, man. Hope you guys are having a blessed. God, kill me. I apologize. My internet's acting real stupid, man. All glory to God, man. I'm thanking God for everything, man. Amen. So today, we'll give you guys a preview of Week 12's matchup versus Seattle Seahawks. And I do have a special guest about to hop on a little bit. Steezy A. Smith about to hop on a little bit. And I hope you guys enjoy this video, man. It's going to be a good one. I haven't had Steezy on in a while, so this should definitely be fun. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. I do apologize for the lateness. I had an internet outage in my apartment building. So I'm going to get to DK in a second. I'm going to get to the injury report in 1 second. Fight for ODC. Give me one moment. But, yeah, I'm going to definitely get to that right now. I think he's playing, but we're waiting for Steezy to get on first. So, yeah, we're going to get to the injury report in a moment. Now we do the game previews. First off, we do the injury report. Then previous matchups between the two teams. We haven't played the Seahawks too often recently. I do know we played them in 2015. We beat them 17-14. Also, we did play them last year. We lost 20-15. And also, I believe 2018 as well, where we lost to them, I believe, 27-17. That was a game when they could have scored like 40, but they had like 100 penalties on like a billion touchdown passes. So, but yeah, shout out to Queen B, shout out to Fight for ODC in the building. I appreciate y'all a ton. And we're waiting for Steezy to get on, man, so we get this thing rolling. I know he can't be on long. I can't be on long. We both got things we gotta do. So should definitely be fun. But I think a lot of guys probably gonna watch this on the playback, which is completely fine. I'm just waiting for Pew to pull up. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to the injury report first. Real quick. Let's get to the injury report real quick. Let's do that. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so you can see the injury report. Share screen. Let's go ahead and share this tab with y'all. So we're going to go ahead and share this tab. So for the Seahawks, the 5 people are out. No one's out. No one's out for the Seahawks. Everyone's good to go. No one has any setbacks. All of them are good to go. As for the Washington football team, 5 people are out for sure. Samuel Cosme's out with his hip injury, and also Tyler Larson's out with his knee injury, which means Wes Schweitzer will start at center for the Washington football team. Also, Ricky Seals-Jones is doubtful with the hip. He's not about to go. We know what's up with that, honestly speaking. Also, Adam Humphries is questionable with his own hip injury. He's light practice all week long, including today. And finally, Curtis Samuel, the guy we've been waiting for all season long with the groin, except for one game he's played, is lightly practice all week. He's been on a pitch count for most of the week. And he's also questionable to play this week versus the Seattle Seahawks. Logan Thomas is good to go. He's come off IR. And everyone else that's on this list is good to go. Yep. Bates is good to go. Tony's good to go. Brandon Sheff's good to go. Cole Hogan's good to go. Gibby's good to go. Everyone else is good to go. So that is the injury report for this week versus our matchup. So about to have Steezy on right now, and we're going to get right into this. Let's get Steezy on. Come on. Stop acting stupid. Steezy. What it do, bro?
What's good, brother? How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, bro. How you doing, man? What's going on with you? What's going on with your big dog, Steve? Big dog, Steve. My man stay sharp as always, man. My man stay sharp. Steezy stay sharp, boy. I swear to God she do. Big dog in the building.
Man, I appreciate
Like, what's
the love,
good?
Brody. How you feeling, bro?
Nah, I'm straight, bro. It's just this internet got in the way, but we know we back at it. Back at it like good crack. We rocking. Gotta make it happen.
You
Gotta
know
make it
it.
happen. Also, NFL advantage,
Man, I'm
turnovers,
already
and
knowing.
offensive choices. So I just reviewed the injury report. We got 2 people out. All y'all guys are good to go. And we are missing Samuel Cosme in our starting center. So, hey, I might have a field day. We tried to fit some line with Puna 4 and them boys. That could be a very, 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 very critical issue over there. Watch for a team with the offensive line. But we playing good on the offensive line all season long. So, I got to ask you a couple questions. What's up with your Seahawks? What's up with your Seahawks this year? What's up with them, man? You a diehard Seahawks fan? I need to know. What's up with your boys this year, man? We know Russ been out for a month, so I can give y'all an excuse for a month. But when Russ has been in the game, what's up with Seahawks?
There's a lot of different ways to attack that question, bro. Real fast before I get into it, though, Queen Smith in the chat, she said hello. So, I just want to let you know what's good. Thank you for tuning in. I think
what's going on?
Problem with Seattle, it's really a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I don't think Russ is 100%. I think we can start there. And I think when you point to the 3-7 record, and also, I mean, I hate to be one of those guys that blames it on injury, but if you're gonna ask me why we're 3-7, it gotta be because of Russ's injury. I mean, when Geno Smith was in the lineup, he wasn't terrible. He was all right. He did his thing. He did his Dougie. He just wasn't able to finish games for us. And so we saw that against the Steelers, right? We lost in overtime on the last drive. We saw that against the Saints. We lost that on the last drive. There was turnovers on Geno's end. Even against the Rams, he had an opportunity to come back. I mean, I know that was a lot to expect of him, but each and every single time he was asked to finish, he wasn't able to finish. And so I truly believe that if Russ was healthy, if he was in the lineup, we would have won at least the game against the Saints, at least the game against the Steelers. And so that put us at 5-5 as opposed to 3-7. But with Russ in the lineup, I think a lot of it can just be attributed to the fact that he hasn't been 100%. I think that injuries are starting to creep up, and I just think that the rest of the league is really just starting to catch on. I mean, I feel like our offense has been stale. It's been real predictable. It's been real. It's bland. It's vanilla. Ain't nothing special about it. Ain't nothing.
I've been saying about the Washington offense with Scott Turner for a while too.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I feel that, but I mean, at least you guys are starting to get hot. 2 straight victories against quality opponents in the Panthers and the Buccaneers. So, shouts out to you guys. But for us, I mean, it's like our offense is so unsustainable. We either rely on the deep shots and run the football, and that's it. There's nothing in between. And so
I'm gonna ask you this:
we're not really giving them a lot of easy throws. No easy.
Of course, and there's not no slants in y'all arsenal. There's no screens. There's no. It's kind of like, hey, we gonna throw this deep post, or we throwing this bomb. We throwing this 9 route, this bomb. The only one running slants. Only one running slants like the slot guy once in a blue moon. But really, just 2 receiver sets, and I'm gonna run the football down your throat, go play action. There's nothing wrong with that, but eventually, I'm gonna put 8 men in the box, stop Alex Collins, and not disrespect Russell Wilson, but I'll make Russell Wilson beat me. I know he's on a bad thumb. Beat me with your arm, Russ. We know your hand hurting, bro. So come on, bring it. And Russ is like, I ain't 100% here. I don't know if I can bring it like I want to. And they don't call nothing easy for him. I don't know what the offensive coordinator is doing in Seattle, but he having the Scott Turner syndrome, and I'm gonna need him to kind of get together. It's one more Seahawks question I want to ask before we actually get a preview to the game. Is this an end of an era in Seattle? Is this the end? Is all good things come to an end? Is it over? Is it time to trade Russell Wilson? Is it time to just hit the panic button and just blow it all up? It's now on rookie contract. Just trade everybody on a rookie contract. Get as many draft picks as you can. Rebuild the whole thing. Pete Carroll, get the hell out of Seattle and go coach another college job somewhere and get the heck out of there. Is it time? Is it time?
Man, it's crazy that you asked that. Close. It's crazy that you asked that, bro, because
you did a video on it. I know.
That's what it seems to be. And I appreciate that. Yeah, like he said, I did just drop an episode, and in that episode, so I'm not going to spoil it for y'all. If you guys want to check it out, go ahead and quick synopsis. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil it too much. I just think that, look, Pete, he got too much power because not only is he the head coach, he's also the president of football operations.
I didn't
And
know that part.
John Schneider is the GM, right? But when it comes to personnel moves and who has final say over every roster move, that's on Pete. And so he has to check and give the okay, give the green light for everything to go through. And so I think I outlined it in that video. If I didn't, then this is how I truly feel. I feel like Pete can still stay on as a head coach, but he got to be stripped of his football operations duty, or at least his duties as a GM. Because I think part of the reason that Seattle has lagged these last couple of years is we haven't had a good draft in years.
I had draft
who's
picks
responsible for all these draft picks? Yeah, John Schneider plays a part. What was that?
I don't have draft picks to draft with. Like, I traded 2 1s for Jamal Adams and trade picks for this guy and trade picks for that guy. You're getting veterans to help you win now, but you're not getting young talent that's on cheap labor. So your salary cap's all messed up because you got paying all these veterans. And you got guys like DK Metcalf on a rookie deal. But when that rookie deal comes up, you got to kick that bread out. Are you going to have it? I don't know, because y'all keep spending money on this guy to win now. So that I've answered my problem with Seattle. I don't have no draft.
Wait, I think you muted, but I can't hear you right now.
Let me see. Hold on. Let me try to see this.
Well, it doesn't show that you're muted. I just can't hear you. Can you hear me though? Okay, I just can't even hear you, bro. So I'm sorry I can't respond to whatever you said because I didn't hear you. But just to answer your first question,
okay, I got you. Can you hear me now?
I think it's the end of an era as far as Pete and Russell being together, because I think there's gonna come a time in which Seattle got to choose. It's either Russ or Pete.
Jared?
And the only reason why I come to that conclusion is because you can't have two guys driving a boat. And that's what's been going on these last couple of years in Seattle. Russ is trying to do this on offense. Coach Pete is trying to do this. And yeah, it might seem like they've been coming to a compromise in the last few years, but that's just not where it appears to be. I mean, I think their philosophies offensively are just completely different. I think when Russ says he wants to say in some of the personnel moves, I don't think Pete is really giving them a lot of leeway, or I don't think Pete is really giving them a lot of opinion or input on that end. And so I just think, with Pete being the oldest head coach in the National Football League, I hate to bring up, age, because it might seem like I'm discriminating against, his age. And that's not at all what it is. But it's just when you got to choose between a head coach and a quarterback, franchise quarterbacks don't grow on trees. And I know elite head coaches don't grow on trees either. But, I mean, Russ is turning 33 on Monday. And so if he spends as much money as he does on his body each and every single year, and he's, staying fit and doing all that, with quarterbacks, lasting longer than they ever have, I think it's safe to say that barring, health, Russ has like another 10 plus years in the league. With Pete, he just signed an extension a year or two ago, but we don't know how much longer does he want to continue coaching? Does he want to go through a rebuild? Does he want to, have to adapt and create a new philosophy or system? We don't know.
I don't think he does. DK is almost 70 years old, right? Like 70, 71.
I still can't hear you though.
What the hell? That's weird. Now? You now? No? What is going on? I turned my mic off. That's weird. Let's see if I can. See.
Oh, it seems like they can hear you. I just can't hear you.
Wow, that's weird. You think it's your AirPods, or you think it's that? I'm gonna comment.
Oh, let me see.
That might be it. I don't think it's a personal problem. I just think scheme related. I can
still can't hear you, bro.
What the hell is going on? What? That's weird. So weird, Steezy. What's going on? Hop out and hop back in. Like, yeah. Hop back in. But yeah. So go ahead and comment questions. Yeah. So I get what he's saying with the situation with Pete Carroll and such. But I want to shout Steezy for even hopping in here. We have some technical issues. But yeah, we'll be back in a second. But I'm going to take some comments while I'm waiting, though. Loser comments. Is that 29 dude for Seattle? It was like spicy last season. Forgot his name. TJ Reed. That's his name. DJ Reed is his name. I forgot his name, but he made a few good plays on Terry in the beginning of the game. He started talking reckless all game. Yeah, DJ Reed's the guy. It's the guy you're talking about. I want Terry to cook him so bad. I feel you. Let's see what happens with Steezy now. Can you now, Steezy?
All right. Yes, I can hear you, bro.
All right, cool. So I completely agree with all you said about Seattle situation with the Seahawks situation. I just think it should be an end of the era because your salary cap situation is very, very bad going on right now. Also, what if Russ wants out? I don't think he does. I think he wants to stay in Seattle and he loves it there. But what he's married. I'm married, so I understand your wife's influence could be a big influence on you. What if Sierra said, get me the hell out of Seattle? Russ like, I might have to get out of here. I'm married to her. I signed a contract with y'all, but I'm married to her. So I got to figure it out. So I get what you're saying. It could be an end of an era in Seattle. I think we'll try for one more year. Mm-hmm. And then they're going to go ahead and rebuild the whole thing. I think it's time to kind of start tearing it down. If Russ wants out. If Russ doesn't want out, I'll try to work it out one last year, and that's it. So let's get to week 12, though. Let's get to week 12 specifically. What are some keys to victory for this week for your Seahawks? And I'll give you my keys to victory for the football team. So let's start with the away team here. So what are some keys to victory? You can give me 3 of them. You don't have to give me a lot of them. Just give me a couple.
Okay, I think for me, number one, man, we got to air it out against y'all. I feel like, you guys' pass rush, you guys are out, Montez Sweat, you guys are out, Chase Young. And I know the last couple of games, you guys' pass rush has actually gotten, I don't know if I'd say better, but it's been a little more effective. You guys have been getting after Cam. You guys essentially iced the game against Cam on 4th down when you guys took him down, in Carolina on his homecoming. And so y'all definitely spoiled it for him. You guys have so much depth, especially on the interior with Jonathan. What was it? Is it Jonathan Allen?
Jonathan Allen.
Who's your guys? Exactly. So you guys still have a lot of depth there. And so a lot of people might look at, no Montez Sweat, no Chase Young. Well, the pass rush isn't as effective. The
interior pass rush has been really good.
Exactly. And I think one of the reasons why I say we got to air it out is because you guys' secondary hasn't played nearly as well as it did last year. I know you guys added, a William Jackson. He's been solid, but the rest of the guys on the back end for you guys just hasn't played very well. If my stats are correct,
Kenneth Fuller's been
defenses. What was that?
Kenneth Fuller's been horrific.
That's crazy because he's actually been real solid. He's been real solid.
Last couple weeks surprised. Better, but before that.
I'm already knowing. But right now, if my stats are correct, you guys' pass defense is ranked 30th in the league in terms of opposing quarterback rating. You guys are giving up, I think, 106 on average, and you guys allow about 270 yards per game passing. And so a lot of opposing quarterbacks, a lot of passing attacks have had a lot of success against you guys. And I think that for Russ, now he's 3 weeks removed from coming back from that, middle finger injury that he had. And so I think he's going to be as healthy as he ever was. Like I mentioned earlier, it is his birthday, and DK and Tyler Lockett have both been struggling. I know Lockett had a 100-yard game last week, but I think now is really the time to, get that passing game going. We haven't had much of a ground game. Like somebody said in the comments, Chris Carson's been out. He's going to remain out. Alex Collins he's been inconsistent. He's been hindered by injuries as well. But we're missing 2 running backs. We're going to be missing Travis Homer and Rashad Penny. And so we're kind of decimated at the running back spot. I think that this is going to be a Russell Wilson type of game. It is his birthday. Hopefully he's able to put up the gaudy numbers to kind of, I guess, make it look like he's back. And, the pass rush isn't as good as what it could have been. And so all those things put together, I feel like, my key number one got to be to attack the guys in secondary, got to be to open up, the passing offense. And the key number 2, man, I feel like we gotta shut down Terry McLaurin. I don't care if it's DJ Reed, shadowing him the whole game, but Terry McLaurin, scary Terry, I got him on a few fantasy teams, and so I know what he's capable of. And he's one of my favorite receivers to watch. You know, he is
For
such
sure.
an animal. He is such a beast. I know we're going to be without Trey Brown, our rookie corner, and he's actually been one of the more stabilizing forces of our secondary. And I'm actually kind of scared to see how our secondary is going to play without him. But DJ Reed is going to play, and he missed last week against the Cardinals. I'm not saying he's a shutdown corner by any means, but I want to,
He's one of the
send some
best you got.
bracket coverage. He's the best that we got, exactly. And so I want to, I want DJ Reed to always have somebody, over the top helping him out, because Scary Terry, he could single-handedly wreck an opposing game plan. And if we don't stop him, we're gonna have a hard time stopping you guys' offense. So key number 2, definitely keying on Terry McLaurin. And then number 3, man, I feel like we got to come out and score fast. I feel like every time we're having to come from behind, especially this year, it's always leading to bad things. And then now we don't have a ground game. Now we don't really have much of a play action game because we don't have a ground game. I feel like if we just come out guns a-blazing, we start putting points on the board, we run up tempo, faster pace, really get DK and Ty Lockett involved.
I don't see that 2-minute offense kind of fast paced.
Exactly.
Don't let people substitute. You guys have been huddling a lot and taking your time and all that.
And I feel like
if our rush is understandable, we'll rush. I need to get that though.
Exactly, but for us, look, time of possession, it hasn't been on our side. And I'm not saying that we have to win time of possession every single game, because that could definitely be deceiving at times. But if we're gonna choose to be the team that's always trailing the opposition in terms of time of possession, let's at least speed up the tempo. Let's at least, start running more no huddle. Let's at least put more points on the board. The offense has been struggling. In the last 9 quarters, bro, we got 1 touchdown. In the last 19 possessions, we have 1 touchdown. In the last 2 games, Russell Wilson hasn't had a single touchdown. So, Russ is always talking about how he loves the 2-minute offense. He loves running up tempo. Let's get him going. So key number 1, open up the passing attack you guys in secondary. Key number 2, use everything that we got. Bracket coverage, shadow, Terry McLaurin, everything. Focus on stopping Terry McLaurin. And then number 3, let's run more up tempo. Let's put up points in a hurry. And let's, if we're going to lose time of possession, let's at least do it, I think, in a fancy way. And by that, I mean just put points on the board and let us do what he does.
A lot of bombs. A lot of bombs.
A lot of bombs, yeah.
Bombs away. So I'm going to give you 2 offensive keys and 2 defensive keys. Number 1 for us, I think that Scott Turner he's been doing, running the football. Just run the football with Antonio Gibson and Lord Sprinkle with Jared Patterson and J.D. McKissick, of course. And just allowing Taylor Heineke to let the game come to him, not force him to be the hero. Because when he forced him to be the hero, every Washington fan saw what happened when you make Taylor Heineke the hero. Things go left, okay? So let the game come to him. Last week, 16 for 22, 2 assists and 3 touchdowns. He was great because the game can come to him. He can go, okay, all right, the run game's working. I can go play action. Oh, I see a wide open tear on the slant. Boom. I can go play action. There's Logan Thomas is back now. Logan Thomas on the scene. Boom. Hit for 15.
And Curtis.
And Curtis Samuel. Hey, I can hit Curtis Samuel on a post route. He's wide open. Boom. Like, it's easier for him just to go 1, 2, read, go. Bro, like, instead of him sitting there, got to look all day, I got to find this receiver 40 times a game. Like, that doesn't help anything. Number 2, defensively, got to keep Russell Wilson in the pocket. Can't let him extend plays and play backyard football. And this is kind of a mirror of 2 teams in a way, because Taylor likes to do the same thing Russ does, not the level Russ does. Russ is here, and Taylor's like here. But you get my point. It's just that their play styles are very similar. So I want to keep Russ in the pocket. Hey, bro, be Russ, cook from the pocket, Russ. I don't need you to run around and stall for time, and 8 seconds later throw a bomb to somebody. I don't need that. I don't need that. No offense, Steezy. I don't need that. Finally,
it's all right.
And finally, offensively, find ways to get Terry McLaurin the football. You said, hey, find a way to contain Terry McLaurin. Find a way to get Terry McLaurin the football. Hey, give him a reverse. Throw him a screen. Like, things that are easy for him just to get the ball in his hands and let him work. If you make him run routes harder, like you said, you're going to bracket coverage him probably. You're going to put safety up top, put DJ Reed on. You might have a linebacker trying to trip, bow. Hit him in the line scrimmage, bow. You're in a bracket. You're going to say, no, Terry. I'm not letting you have 17. So you got to find a way to get 17 to football outside of normal means in order to get the football in his hands. And last defensive key for me, you got to kind of keep Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf not quiet, but Can they both not have 100 yards? That's all I ask. Both not have 100 yards. One of them can have 100. Okay, not both of them. They both have 100 yards. It's gonna be a
Probably looking bad.
long night. It's gonna be a long night. So William Jackson, Kendall Fuller. Hey, this is a huge challenge for both of them. William Jackson has looked very inconsistent this year. He looked okay come off the bye week, and Kendall Fuller has been horrible until after the bye week. He's been looking okay lately, but oh my gosh, the first 8 weeks, horrific. But whatever. Just need those two to keep them to not in check, but at least contain them a little bit because they're both some problems. So those are my keys to victory. Any X factors in this game for you? Any guys that we kind of want to keep our eye on that are not obvious? We can give you one on offense, one on defense.
I feel like for me, Jill Everett, our tight end who came over from the LA Rams, he's had his two best games. What was that?
So bad. I want him so bad in free agency. I'm kind of mad for that one.
But I mean, he only really came over here because of Shane Waldron. He followed him over from LA. But I feel like he's had two of his better games, since Russell Wilson came back into the lineup. And I just feel like one of the problems with Russ is that I don't know if this is completely on Russ. I'm not going to, put all the blame on him. But what we do know is that Russ doesn't always utilize the middle of the field. He doesn't always utilize, the running backs or the tight ends in the quick passing game. He doesn't really dump it off. He doesn't really throw the screens. He doesn't really, have the easy throws. And that can also be on the offensive coordinator, Shane Waldron. It could be on Coach Pete. Or it could be Coach Pete. Because I've been on record saying that Coach Pete, I think, the offense sometimes just reeks of Coach Pete. And I don't always mean that in a bad way, but you see his imprint in offensive game plans, the lack of creativeness in the offense. It just seems like Shane Waldron is offensive coordinator, but Pete, yeah, exactly, it's too bland. And there's no easy throws. And so here, Jill Everett, he can be utilized, with the easy throws. You can utilize him going deep. You can utilize him in a play action game. You can utilize him on jet sweeps because he's that athletic. And so I feel like if you guys are going to lock in on focusing on DK and Tyler, Jill Everett could emerge and come out of nowhere and have a 100-yard game himself. He doesn't have a 100-yard game.
I like some Gerald Everett. I know about some Gerald Everett. But, yeah, I agree. He's a problem.
He's underrated, bro. And I feel like he could really open up the rest of the things for the offense if you utilize him properly. So he's definitely my X factor on offense. And I feel like on defense and X factor, I don't feel too good about using or attaching the word X factor next to his name just because I'm not super confident in his ability. But Sidney Jones, with Trey Brown being out for Seattle, Sidney Jones, he's been a mixed bag, for the Seahawks ever since we traded for him from the Jacksonville Jaguars earlier in the year. But like you said earlier, Curtis Samuel coming back, Logan Thomas coming back. Who's that one? DeAndre Carter, the rookie. He's been slowly emerging for you guys.
He's not a rookie, but for sure.
He's not a rookie?
Now, he's been in the league for a bit. He's been a journeyman guy, but
he's a journeyman.
You can essentially keep like a rookie. He hasn't played in
almost like a rookie.
Yeah, for real.
Exactly. But on top of Scary Terry, I mean, you guys' receiving core is as healthy as it's ever been. And so I feel like with Sidney Jones in the lineup, with his struggles, you guys might look to pick on him. But he played a little better against the Cardinals last week. He had a near INT, and while he wasn't perfect in coverage, he definitely had one of his better games of the year. And so I feel like if he's not going to be a complete liability in the secondary, then maybe Scary Terry or the rest of you guys' passing attack won't completely torch us. And so Sidney Jones, as long as he's somewhat competent, as long as he's able to hold up, I think we'll be good. So offensively, X factor, Jill Everett. Defensively, another X factor, Sidney Jones.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Actually, I know some Sidney Jones. He's a former Philadelphia Eagle, so he was in our family a little while back. So I know a little bit about Sidney Jones. So I'm glad he's looking solid for you guys and looking better than he did in Philadelphia because
a lot better.
He was an Eagle. It's kind of bad, but it's not hitting on that.
It was bad.
But, it was bad when he was an Eagle. It was very bad at times. My offensive X factor for me, you actually brought him up already, but this is my third week using this young man as my offensive X factor. It's DeAndre Carter. He's had some solid weeks, like you said, 3 touchdowns in the past 3 games. Dude has been very, very effective, especially in the jet sweep game and catching a couple passes here and there and being effective at times. And my defensive X factor for me is our best defensive lineman is Jonathan Allen. Like, yeah, y'all need to find a way to stop 93. 93 has been a problem. 6.5 sacks. Dude has more sacks than Aaron Donald. I said it. He has more sacks than Aaron Donald. Like, this man might be the second best interior defensive lineman in football behind Aaron Donald. This dude has been going nuts. He's going crazy, bro. You can't stop this man. Like, this, oh my gosh. Whew. He's been a problem, to say the least. So, definitely Jonathan Allen and DeAndre Carter are my X factors in this game for sure. And what's your final score? So I know you got to run soon. So, what is your final score?
We good, bro. See, I'm trying to use a little bit of reverse psychology, and so to any of my 12s that are tuned in, don't take this the wrong way. Don't, for real. And I know it's Russ's birthday, and so I'm hoping we could work a little bit of magic. But actually, I got y'all winning. I think you guys are gonna pull it off. And my final score, it's not gonna be super high scoring. I think it's gonna be somewhat of a slugfest to kind of start off. But I think ultimately, you guys pull out the victory. You guys end up going on a 3-game win streak. And shoot, I know I picked Dallas to win the NFC East, but if you guys were somehow able to steal that away from them, or maybe even the Eagles, I'd love to see that. And so, of course, my faith, I'm always going to ride with Seattle. But I think Washington pulls this one off. I think with the pending return of Curtis Samuel, Logan Thomas, Taylor Heineke's been looking a lot better the last couple of weeks. You guys' defense has been holding up. You guys have 2 straight victories against quality teams that will probably be in the playoffs. I think it happens again to the tune of 24 to Seattle 23.
Ooh. So I guess like a game-winning field goal in that or something of that nature. Okay.
Some last minute.
Yeah, some last minute missed field goal, or someone get a field goal late and someone miss field goal, something like that. That's a pick'em game here. This is a pick'em game here. Honestly speaking. This is literally a pick'em. Like, even Vegas has a pick'em game. So I'm gonna say the Washington football team does pull it out. I'm gonna go a little low scoring than you are. I do think that both Curtis Samuel and Logan Thomas are coming back. You got to integrate them back in the offense. They're not gonna just come out here and ball out immediately. And also, Taylor, like I said, Scott Turner has to keep the same game plans get the last 2 weeks. Run the football, because if he switches up and wants to throw the ball 40 times, we get spanked. I'm gonna be very pissed off about that. So I think it's gonna be a final score of 21. I'm gonna say 21-17 Washington. I think we hold it 17 points. I think because of your bland play calling, because I think that gotta get a little more creative. If we know you're gonna just throw deep shots and y'all gonna run the football, I'm gonna just play 20 yards off the football. I'm not gonna get in your receiver's face for what? You're not running slant on me. You're not running a dig. You're not running any drag routes. You're not running anything short. You're going deep. So I'm gonna keep 20 yards off the ball, play 2 deep shell. I'll give you the slant for 10 yards. I'll give you the hitch for 5 and tackle. I'm fine with that. I'll give you that. I'm not giving you the 40-yard bomb to DK when he just puts his knee on someone's helmet and just go crazy. I'm not allowing that. Or am I letting Tyler Lockett burn me up for 80 yards when he just run? Bye-bye. Hey, touchdown. It's knowing you. Hey, end zone. No. Can't allow that. So I just think that you guys, if you find a ground game, your red zone offense has been kind of thrown off too. Because now we know kind of take away the run game. It's like, hey, I'm going to throw DK a fade. We know you're going to throw DK a fade. I'm going to put a safety over here. Or I'm going to try to do the quick game in the red zone. It's hard to do the quick game in the red zone because the field's much more condensed. So you can't really throw the quick game in the red zone unless you got Russell Wilson. But it's just like the windows is just too tight, it seems like now. So I mean, the red zone offense is going to be struggling for both teams because we struggle in the red zone too. It's just not a one-way street over here. We go and get in the 5-yard line and kick field goals. We do the same darn thing, so don't feel alone. And it's going to be just a slugfest, like you said. Low-scoring football game, a bunch of field goals being kicked. I just think that the Washington defense is going to make one more play than the Seattle defense is going to make, and that's going to be the difference in the game. Maybe one turnover probably a piece, but someone gets a 4th down stop or something, or someone gets stopped at a very bad field position, the other team gets a good field position, and they make it happen on a last minute drive to get to swing the game their way. So I think that the Washington football team is going to win this game 21-17. It's going to be close. I would not be surprised if Seattle came in Washington and beat us. Yes, straight every Washington football team fan in here. If Seattle win this game, don't be like, oh, how this happened? Whoa. Don't be shocked. This is Russell Wilson. Keep your mind. Keep an open mind here. I'm picking him. Keep an open mind. Definitely could lose this football game. For sure. But I'm going to pick him. I'm going to take a shot, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be a good one Monday night. I'm very excited about it. Monday Night Football can't go wrong. Russell Wilson under them lights. He's been really good under them lights, boy. I remember that Minnesota game. Minnesota game when Kirk Cousins gave him an extra opportunity and just, oh my gosh, DK just ate the whole drive, and DK got the touchdown, won, and just, oh my gosh, Russell Wilson's a problem.
Hey, you know he's gonna be motivated on his birthday. Not only that, Seattle is desperate, bro. Right now, if my math is correct, we have like a 4% chance of making the playoffs. And the only way that 4% can really even come to fruition is if we win out. And so Washington, while you guys are hot, it's definitely winnable. You know, I don't think that you guys are unbeatable, you know, especially against a beat-up Seahawks team. And so there's always going to be a chance. Like I said,
I'm going to beat up too.
Seattle. Yeah, you guys a little beat up, so we both beat up. You know, attrition playing the factor.
Fought a right tackle and center. Two centers, man.
Hey, bro, actually, hold on, bro. If I may, but what happened to Chase Young? Because even when he was healthy, he wasn't really doing much. At least as far as getting after the quarterback. I know getting after the run, he was still kind of doing his Dougie there. But in terms of getting after the quarterback, what happened this year?
Oh, I'm going to give you an answer. I'm going to give you a legit 1,000% Pro-Tech Sports answer. He has no pass rushing moves, period. It's a bull rush or a speed rush. He doesn't have a rip. He doesn't have a spin. He doesn't have nothing. Just, I'm more athletic than you, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. And it doesn't always work. It's like, okay, all right, more athletic, cool. I'm gonna anchor down and be stronger than you. You know what you're gonna do now? Oh, I'm trying to get to him. No, not today, Chase. That's been happening every single week before he got hurt. He had a little flash like versus the Saints where he just beat the tackle, beat Teron Armstead off the line and just got to the quarterback. But outside of those little flashes, he'll get pressure, but he won't get home because he doesn't have a move that allows him to get home. Because he needs to learn that this offseason. I know he's rehabbing from the ACL tear, I understand. But that might be a sign for Chase to learn some pass rushing moves and to learn. Call Dwight Freeney up. Shoot. Call a guy like Jason Taylor. Call these older pass rushers who can teach you a spin move, a rip, a speed to power, a bull rush to a speed rush, to switch your game plan versus these tackles so you can get to these quarterbacks. He's athletically gifted. He has all the athletic tools. He just needs the technical part of the game. He doesn't have that. He was winning off athleticism last year, wasn't working this year. That's literally what it was.
Yeah, I mean, once, opponents get like the year of film, they're able to kind of adapt and they look at that and like, okay, he's winning his matchups athletically, but is he as nuanced? Is he as technical? Maybe he's not. And so that's why they attacked him differently. And it worked in college because not everybody in college is as, athletic, or not everybody's a professional. And so when you get to the league, teams adjust, and man, hey, he's still gonna be a problem, bro. I feel like once he gets all that down, bro, I see a couple of defensive player of the years on his resume. I see him definitely, coming close to having a 20-sack season sometime in his future. Like you said, he's that athletically gifted. He just got to, get that technical aspect of his game right. And once he does,
he was starting to turn off before he got hurt too. He was starting to get pressure. He just wasn't getting home. And that's just a next step in a maturation of a player. Learn the technical nuance of the NFL. Can't rely on your athleticism always, because the athleticism is going to go eventually go. It's going to go.
Yeah, everybody's athletic in the NFL.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's going to dissipate over time. You're going to get older. You're not going to be as fast. You're not going to be as strong. You're not going to be that same guy you were now. So learn it now while you had the athleticism. So when later on in your career, when the athleticism isn't the same, you can still win. Like, look at Ryan Kerrigan. Like, he's not the most athletic guy in the world, but for the longest time, he was having 10 sack, 11 half sacks, 13 sack seasons because he was technically sound and the dude was relentless. And that's what Chase needs to learn. I think not having Ryan Kerrigan, it did hurt him a lot too this year as well. So
you guys traded him, right? Or he
walked. He went to the Eagles.
What team is he on now?
He's with Philadelphia. He's an Eagle now, unfortunately. Unfortunately, but Whatever.
with the opposition.
It's a guy on your team I'm fascinated about. What's up with Puna Ford? He's interesting. He's an interesting cat. I like him.
Puna
I like him.
Ford. Hey,
I like him.
I like me some Puna too. If I'm not mistaken, he signed. I think it was a 2-year extension before the season started. I think it was like 2 years, 24 million. I could be way off, or I could be on the money. I'm not entirely sure. I expected a little bit more of a breakout year, at least statistically this year, but he's still been a problem. I mean, what he does, I think he's underrated in terms of creating pressure up the middle. I think his run stuffing ability, he's up there among some of the best or some of the better defensive tackles in the National Football League. I think he's versatile. I think at the point of attack, he's physical. I think
For sure. I like that.
He plays with a chip on his shoulder. And I think that he definitely opens up things for the rest of the guys on the D-line. I just think that with Seattle, we don't have a lot of depth at defensive tackle. And so he just had a little bit more on his play or a little bit more pressure on him to kind of deliver or carry the load. But I still think the future is bright for him. I see Pro Bowls. I see, maybe an All-Pro or two, on his resume as he continues to, gain more experience and as he continues to accumulate the years on his resume.
I like him a lot. I like him a lot.
I love him too.
I like him a lot. He is definitely a problem for sure. I like what he brings to the table. And I'll be a guy. If you had to blow it up, I'd be one of the guys I would definitely hold on to. Is a guy like.
Oh yeah, he's still a young gun, bro.
He's still super young, uber athletic, super physical at the point of attack. Dude can get to the quarterback. He can stop the run. He's very, very versatile. I like what he brings to the table.
I like his motor
DK,
too.
DK, of course. DK's DK. What's up with him this year? Hey, go in the game that he getting ejected. What's up with him, man? What's up with your boy, man? Tell him to get together, man. He's scaring me.
He's just been, he plays with a lot of passion. He plays with a little bit of emotion, and I think that our record is kind of reflective of how he's been acting out. But we also got to keep in mind that look, he's 22, 23. He's my age, and so he still maybe has some room to mature. He still has some room to grow, and he's just maybe not there yet. And so, things like that is going to happen, especially when you're as passionate as he is, especially when you're as frustrated as he is. But I think that if we're able to win now, or if we're able to, put together some wins, string together a winning streak or here or there, I feel like, maybe we won't be seeing that side as much. But, we all know what he is. He's a athletic specimen. He has the potential to be, the best receiver in football.
That boy is different.
But bro, he's just been dropping a lot of balls this year too. I mean, he dropped a lot of balls on third down. He's dropped, a lot of passes that have been drive killers. He's dropped a lot of crucial balls. And so, I mean, coming out of college, that was a problem. His concentration, his hands. He has all the tools athletically, physically. He's strong, and he's become more of a refined route runner, but his hands still need to improve. And so I think you combine that with, his drops, the fact that Seattle's been losing. He had to play alongside Geno Smith throwing the passes. There's been a lot of things that kind of contributed to his performance this year. But, hey, bro, he'll get it right.
Yeah, so from a Seahawks perspective, unbiased, because I hear this a lot, and I have to ask every Seahawks fan this question because your guys in Seattle, my guys here. Who's a better wide receiver, Terry McLaurin or DK Metcalf? Honestly speaking. Who's a better overall wide receiver?
I feel like this is tough,
right?
I think it's damn near a toss-up. But I think Terry McLaurin, while he's not as athletically gifted, he's not as strong, he's not as fast. When you're talking about a pure wide receiver, I might have to give Scary Terry a slight edge. Scary Terry got way better hands. Scary Terry, I think, is more polished as a route runner. Scary Terry, I feel like he's just more dependable. He's more dependable. He's not dropping the ball in crucial moments. You can actually rely on him to make, a lot of spectacular catches in crucial moments. And DK, don't get me wrong, DK has made a lot of clutch catches as well in crucial moments, but he's had more drops than catches in those type of moments. Scary Terry, I feel like he's just so reliable, and he can really do so many things. He can run all the routes. He's so versatile. He's so underrated, and he's definitely a better run blocker than DK is too. I feel like DK sometimes the desire isn't always there when it comes to run blocking, and a lot of people don't pay attention to run blocking from wide receivers because when it comes to run blocking for a wide receiver,
with the size difference, I think like DK be so physical. But he's so physical as a receiver. I thought he would transfer that physicality to the blocking game. But wow.
So you see flashes, right? You'll see flashes here and there. You'll see him just completely and outright dominate his opponents or whoever he's blocking. But like I said, desire also plays a big factor into run blocking. And I might be tripping, but I don't always see it there.
You don't have to want
I
to.
don't always see it there. Yeah, you got to want to do it. And with Scary Terry, I mean, I don't pay attention. I don't watch, the most film on Scary Terry, but so I do see the desire. I see the want to. I see the
I'll tell you right now, Terry McLaurin's a very
that's kind of where I'm
underrated
coming from.
run blocker. Terry McLaurin's a very underrated run blocker.
Mm-hmm.
To me. The dude is very tenacious, period. Like the fire he plays with is ridiculous. Dude is ridiculous.
And he plays with a chip on his shoulder too.
Yeah, 3rd round pick. They say he was a special teams ace coming out of school, never be a number 1 wide receiver, and he's just been spectacular. From the jump, his first game in the NFL was almost a 150-yard game. That should have been a 200-yard game if Case Keenum threw the football, but never talked for never did. Terry McLaurin is this much better than DK Metcalf. It's so close. It's so close.
Bro, that's literally a pick 'em or a toss-up as well.
He's that much better than DK. Only because, to me, I don't see DK running the entire route tree.
Mm-hmm.
DK drops too many balls for me, in general. Clutch moments and non-clutch. He drops too many passes for me. And another thing about DK, like you said in the run game, he doesn't have the 1-2. And I didn't know that. I won't say toss-up at first. When you told me that, as a former football player myself, I don't like that. Like, if you don't have effort to block, that turns me off. So I would say Terry McLaurin is that much better than DK, but it's super close. I think both of these guys are definitely top 10 wide receivers to years and years to come. That's why I got him on the thumbnail, because it's a battle of studs. Both of these guys are studs. I love them. Love both of them. I love DK's height, speed, weight specimen, and catching all these crazy passes when he has the 1-2 to catch them and doesn't have the dropsies. And Terry's tenaciousness and the way he plays the game, and he makes these crazy catches. I'm like, dude's 5'11". How do you make that catch? Like the one against the Chargers, we did like this. I'm like, how do you make that, bro? You're 5'11". How are you doing this? All this contorting your body, and bro, it's ridiculous. Dude's an animal. Both of these are animals, but. And I'm not saying I'm a Washington fan. I like dependability more of my receivers. That's my thing about receivers. I love dependability. Love it. I love Tyler Lockett. I like Tyler Lockett more like DK. Tyler's a little bit more dependable. Tyler was smaller, but more dependable. So let's take a couple comments, and we're gonna probably wrap it up. I know you guys got to run. I think Chase and Montez were playing arrogantly. Yes, they were. Agree with that. They done sink in their interior. James Smith-Williams and Casey Taylor don't have that issue. Completely agree with the arrogant point, and I definitely agree with the chemistry point as well. You guys wearing all white Monday night? I didn't know that. Shout out to Greg Light Body.
I'm sorry, I didn't even know that.
Interesting. Let's go Washington football teams get the win. Hey, I don't have no hate to the Seahawks. Seahawks been spanking us for too long. But hey, we got whoever wins this game can keep this season alive. I think your season's on super life support, like you stated. You got 4% chance of making the postseason. I would think your season's over with. If I want to be 1,000% honest, I think it's over with now because of no, because of the injuries. I think the injuries are just too much to rebound from. Even Russ got to become Russ again. Is it going? How long is it going to take for him to get the cooking again? That's just But if mathematically it's on life support, but to me, you have to win this game if you really want to really stay on life support and really have it to get some momentum going. In the division, so tough. Like the Cardinals are 9-2, and they won 2 games for Kyler Murray. That's how I played him, right? Again?
No, we played them last week, but we got one more against them though. Week 18.
That's a toughie.
But if they got the number 1 seed locked up, they'll probably be resting starters.
Yeah, if they had the division locked up, and that's not the Rams only 2 games out, so
True.
Can't really.
We got the Rams one more time though.
Yeah, that's true. Y'all still play the Rams or no? Y'all played them twice already.
No, we still got one more.
Oh, damn. This is tough. That's why I don't want to put the curtain on it, but it just sounds like darn. How y'all gonna get out of this? How y'all get out of this? How do I get out of this? Like how?
And Russ, we
How do I
trust.
get out of this, bro? 10-7. I think 10-7 would do it, but I gotta win out. That's
that's a lot to ask for. I know. I'm not super confident in it, but I have faith in it.
I'm gonna say y'all go 5-2 y'all last 7 games. Finish 8-9. Finish respectable. But I think this will be the last season that Russ and P are together. I think it's time to blow it up.
I can see that.
I think it's time. Not trade Russell Wilson unless you ask for out. But might be time for a new voice. I think it's time for a new voice in Seattle. One of these young hotshot coordinators. Eric Bieniemy.
Bieniemy. He's been a guy that I've been clamoring for. Brian Daboll from the Bills.
Brian Daboll or Eric Bieniemy. I think it's time. I think it's time for a new voice. Pete can take his butt to college from daggone where and bring in a young guy that can make Russell want to stay here. You have to do that. I don't want y'all to trade Russell Wilson. I love Russell Wilson in the Seahawks uniform. I love it. He needs to retire Seahawk. We need to see more people retire in their original team's uniforms and not go to another team like Tom Brady. Okay? No more of that. Let this man retire Seahawk. If you don't, trade him to us if you want. I want to see him retire the Seahawk. I really wanted him to retire the Seahawk. I wanted that happen. I want him to retire here.
Me too.
Retire there.
I'm with you, brother.
For sure. But I know you still good or you got to run? I know it's like 7:30 on my time.
Man, I probably got like a minute or two, bro, and then I probably got to get it after that.
All right, cool. So, any other question you got for me, bro? We take a couple comments. Real quick. I hope wrestling start cutting versus Washington. Me and you both, my brother. Me and you both. Richard comments that DK's having a sophomore slump. I could definitely see that for sure. I think him and Chase are both had sophomore slumps this year, which is completely understandable.
This is actually DK's 3rd year, bro. So
third year. Well,
a junior slump?
A junior slump.
A junior slump?
Yeah, a junior slump. I don't really hear those too often, but 2017 Washington, I don't see that happening. I mean, a lot closer than you think. A lot closer. Cameron Curl is going to be a problem this week. I said it for Cameron Curl is somebody you got to keep your eye on, Steezy.
He was a problem last year.
Cameron Curl, a problem. Cameron Curl, 23-24, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Cardiac kids. That's what we call this team. It's another nickname for our team. They are cardiac kids after all. Adam Humphries is saying clutch as well. Doesn't get a ton of catches, but always do a good play. Yeah, he's always due for a good play.
He's real solid.
Hump is definitely solid. Hope Dax Mills learning and watching. From this is the last comment. To Caleb Workman, shout to you, bro. The only thing that's scary is that Washington defense struggles hard versus mobile quarterbacks like Cam and Hurts. They played well against Cam last week. I know Cam had 3 touchdowns, but they only scored 21 points. And Hurts, I'm not scared of Jalen Hurts, so please stop bringing that man up to me. He looked a lot better this year than last year, but I'm not scared of Jalen Hurts. So that's going to do it for me, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I view Terry personally. Kind of like Jerry Rice, in my opinion. I could see that. I could see it in a much smaller scale. I would say more like a Larry Fitzgerald. Just business as usual. Business as usual. That type of mentality. I definitely see that. Daniel Jones ran. That is week 2. We are.
Yeah, 92 yards rushing against y'all.
That is week 2. We are now week 12.
That was a while ago.
It's a long time ago. It's still warm outside. It's cold outside now. So I want to thank Steezy for being on. I appreciate you, Steezy, as always, bro. Hope we can collab more often, man.
We will.
Much love to you, my brother. And for sure, you keep doing what you're doing. I see your channel growing, man. Keep doing what you're doing on there on the CJ Smith Network, man. Going crazy. Y'all going crazy on Team Steezy. Shout out to Team Steezy, man. Shout out to my guy. Very appreciate him, man. All glory to God once again, man. And without him, we'll never rapping to y'all right now. And hey, I didn't go on Steezy vacations, by the way, before we get out of here. Man went back to Hawaii. That was fire. Let me save some money.
Man, it was much needed.
God dang, that was fire. I might. You live in Seattle, Steezy? Or
I do live in Seattle.
Okay, so when I shoot to Seattle, I'll give you a call. I'll do that.
Bro, holla at me, brother. Hey, I just wanted to say too, bro. I know, man. I've had my channel for like a year or so now. I've never live streamed, and so I've been trying to get all those technical things settled out. And I'm hoping to start live streaming within like the next 2 to 3 weeks, if not less. And so once I really get that down, bro, that's when I'm gonna definitely start having you on my channel. Definitely start to have more guests, have more live streams, have more episodes, drop more content. And once I do that, bro, best believe I got you on that short list. So just be prepared, bro. And
Oh
we
yeah,
definitely gonna work together more
sure.
soon.
I'm
Believe
ready
it.
for anything. Let's go. I'm ready for anything,
Come
my
on, man. You
brother.
know what it is.
I already know what it is, man. But hey, like, comment, subscribe. If y'all new turn notifications or catch a protest sports video at the Protest Sports Network. Y'all put God first. Safe with COVID, man. Got a new strand out here. Stay safe on these streets. And please subscribe to CJ Smith if you've not subscribed to him yet. My man is on the road to pre-K. I think you already got pre-K. You got
We
pre-K
almost
already?
there. No, we don't be like 100 away.
Oh, hey, go sub now. Go. Give him the 3,000. Hurry up. I want to see 3,000 by the end of the night.
Let's get my man to 2K. Come on, y'all.
Yeah, give me the 2K already. Dang, 68 subscribers away.
Yeah, come on, let's go. Before the end of this year, I'm gonna hit 3. You're gonna hit 2.
Let's get it. We got something to deal. So we're gonna hit our milestones by the end of the year. Hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have Steezy on and CJ Ruthless on and Pyro Time or something like that. Have a little NFC West talk with you NFC West YouTubers. I love talking to y'all, man. It's always fun talking to you guys. It's always enjoyable and very, very fun. I will catch y'all guys on the next one, and we'll catch y'all. With Steezy will catch y'all when he come back on the channel. But hey, if he stops by one of these random live streams, I might hit the link. He can stop by and say what's up. So till then, catch y'all later. Peace, love, and blessings all y'all, man.